G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Bloodied Ripper. Now, strip the legendary effect away, we just have a basic looking Ripper. Nothing really about this has changed since its Fallout 4 iteration. Same meshes, same textures, same animations, weird texture bugs with the chain there. Let's not look at that anymore. And yep, it's basically a same weapon as it was, very familiar. The question is whether it can actually perform in Fallout 76, which we'll be examining today. Obviously, the Bloodied effect will help a lot. We get that with unyielding, with adrenal reaction, and of course with adrenaline. This thing should output a whole lot of damage, not to mention stealth, but we'll get to that as we get into gameplay. So with the extended blade, which increases our damage ever so slightly more, we get 35 damage. And if you're not seeing that kind of damage on your Ripper unperked, which is mine now, what you want to do is repair this over 100%. That sharpens up the teeth, makes the motors better, I guess. It does increases damage by a lot, so be sure to actually invest in those perks and repair it properly to make sure you get the most out of this thing. So this is a one-handed melee weapon, so we're going to be using gladiator perks to upgrade this thing's damage. So we'll chuck on 3 of those. We're not going to go for martial artist, we're just going to go for rank 1 in martial artist actually, and that'll leave 3 more points after we chuck on that last gladiator perk for incisor. We'll get to why I don't rate martial artist too much with rippers or any other auto melee weapon in a second, but of course we're going to chuck on some bloody mess for even more damage, which brings us at 100% health to 65, which does outdamage my drill by quite a lot, so pretty good start already. So quickly going over attachments, it's actually the same as it was back in Fallout 4. So we've got the standard blade, then the extended blade only does, 6 more damage, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that does add up when you factor in all of those damage boosting effects that we have on our armor and mutations and all that. We've also got this curved blade, which only adds better damage. This actually added a chance to disarm back in Fallout 4, which is kind of interesting, but extended blade still gives you bleed damage too. It's minimal, but it's there. It's nice, I suppose. It's something to punch through those assassin sentinels if they're just sitting there AFK, so that's funny. Alrighty, so here's why I don't rate using martial artists with these weapons usually. Maybe if you've got one with better power attack damage, you can use it there, but we'll get to that in a second. But notice how fast I'm hitting this thing. It's pretty quick, but if we go ahead and chuck on martial artists, you'll probably find that it's basically the same speed. If you're not totally convinced by that, I'll run them side by side just so you can see what they do. Martial artist does, however, affect the actual swing speed of the weapon. And when do you swing this weapon? When you power attack. Like that. So that was without martial artist. We'll quickly scroll through all of my damn perks for martial artist again. As you can tell, that's a lot faster there. So if you're intending to do lots of running up power attacks, which I do recommend if you've got yourself a Ripper with more power attack damage, I think that is the best secondary effect on a Ripper, by the way, then by all means go for it. But for damage output, I'm not going to be doing that much power attacking. I'll probably just be crouching and hitting him like that. So incisor is going to be a lot more effective at just, punching through that armor instead of, having to wait for the power attack to finish up and then we attack from there. Good news, we've got some beauties on this nice morning sunlight here. And here are my buffs. And here are my items in my clothing. Let's get started, shall we? Just like usual, we're going to run up nice and close, get their attention, use escape artist to quickly, lose their detection, and then we'll just chop them all up, just a little bit like that. So we're going to be using the same sort of tactics as we did with the drill, but this time we'll be able to actually back ourselves when it comes to actual combat where I'm not, sneaking around. So that's going to be very effective in killing these guys very, very fast, especially when we have adrenaline on. But when we are detected, we'll get damaged, and that'll boost our Bloodied legendary effect, our adrenal reaction, and our unyielding, which will make us very, very powerful indeed. See, now we're hitting them for about as much as we were without using those sneak attack criticals like we did just before. Cheeky bastard giving me a stagger there. But looks like we're clear of these guys, and having a look at this thing's damage now, 269 giggity damage, which is pretty damn good. So, if at all possible, I'd kind of like the damage to stay where it is now, where we have at our health, and that should be easy enough if we've got, we're just one-shotting these guys now, excellent. That should be easy enough when we've got our agility heightened from all those unyielding bits, so that's pretty good. and we've actually hit the next level, which is going to lower our damage because that immediately gives us an auto heal. We could gate our health with radiation, but honestly, I don't think it'll matter too much. We're still tearing these guys apart, and honestly, we don't have to worry about, you know, getting lots of damage from boosting this thing from unyielding. You see, Ninja is doing quite the job now. Alrighty, let's get inside. Also, this is the first time I think I've used the Nuka Girl suit on this character. Do you reckon it suits? Alright, no time to waste. I've got some adrenaline to keep, so let's keep on going. Here's our first legendary for the day with a Suppressor's Grognak's Axe. That'll be lower than max level, so I probably won't pick that up. I'll come back for that later. Right now I'm not really... I don't have the luxury of picking stuff up because... Ooh, what was that? That was a cheeky little hunting rifle shot there, giving me an old cripple. That's okay. We can keep on going, and the more they shoot us, the more damage we'll gain. It's just a matter of making sure we aren't staggered by their attacks, whether they're bashing or melee hitting, which we seem to escape there. There seems to be a little bit of staggering when it comes to the Ripper or automatic melee weapons in general, which is very nice. It's actually a good thing to have a lot of stagger on melee weapons for sure. And make sure he doesn't hit us twice. And, ooh, they're switched on today. They're not letting me sneak around like usual, so, you know, there we go. Nerd Rage just procced, but Born Survivor will immediately bring us out of all of that extra damage. I prefer the survivability. As you can tell, this thing is doing just fine without all of that nonsense to give us more. I just spotted another legendary too. I can't go back into caution at this point. Come on, Escape Artist. Looks like they're going to be on me from start to finish. That's okay. Now, if you aim for the head, you get better damage, as you saw right there, so that's pretty good. Ooh, that might be a Sentinel's troubleshooter's piece. If that is, that'd be good for old mate Sheepsquatch. Alright, that must have been in caution there, because we insta-killed that guy. Alright, so whoever that super perceptive super mutant was, he is dead, and we totally avoided that. I don't know how we did that, but we did it, and I'm glad of it. Now, there is one shooting me, like, trying to clip through walls, so... You know, these super mutants may or may not be hacking. I hope they're not, because that'd make them very, very hard to kill. And now what I can do here is just sort of hold my Ripper out and then chop up anything that comes through. That's a fun thing to do with ghouls. We might actually see that a little bit later. But I think we're right to go into the Hell Room. Yeah, for some reason one of the super mutants there, he knew where I was. He was just shooting at where I was through the wall that entire time. So that's a nice bug there, Bethesda. We're kind of used to them at this point, aren't we? Like, I have no standards. I forgive this game for its bugginess a lot more than I really should. Uh-oh. It's got that automatic glitch when you come out of VATS and you're still attacking, it still does that thing. Okay, that's a bug they need to fix. Like I said in my other video, the instigating Mr. Handy Buzzblade, it's not game-breakingly bad, but it is a little bit annoying sometimes because it stops you from sprinting, you see. And that was an automatic assault rifle because my health went down very, very quickly. You know, if I wasn't obsessed with doing heaps and heaps of damage, I'd definitely chuck on something like Barbarian right now just to boost my resistance even more because we're not struggling for damage. Incisor might be overkill at this point, but I sure like killing these guys this fast. There we go, there's a power attack just to satiate anyone's curiosity on how that might work. Yeah, I think a Bloodied power attack, Wayless, or +1 strength Ripper would probably be the god tier of Rippers, to be honest. And are we done here? I can't really tell. I'm going to go out on the limb and say that we are done. Oh, there's one left. Ah, there you are. And now you're dead. Alright, we're done here. Let's go ahead and kill some ghoulies, shall we? Alrighty, it sounds like the ghouls are out, so let's get started, shall we? Oh my god. Hope none of them has spawned as fucking puddles of goo. That'd be very, very annoying. Well, these ones didn't. Looks like we've got a full spawn thus far. And an Exterminator's Mole Miner Gauntlet. No, I got a Blade one the other day. I think I'll just leave you to have that. I'm near max caps anyway, so it's not going to matter all that much. Ah, okay. It looks like that those... It does look like that those goo piles happen to be ghouls, but they didn't spawn because they were goo piles, so I think Bethesda needs to do something about that, because you could basically stop people from spawning in ghouls if they're all just spawning as goo piles, which absolutely adds nothing to the game at all. You can't loot them, you can't do anything with it, so it's dumb. Also, there were Gangrenous and a Stalker, so not even that guy had proper spawns unless he was underleveled, but who is underleveled these days? Only people who are starting out. No problems with these ghouls. As you can tell, I just sort of hold the Ripper in front of me, and it's enough to sort of kill the ghouls where they stand. So, ooh, that's a little bit better. Too bad it's going to be underleveled, isn't it? Yeah, well. So, it looks like we're about done. Sure, it wasn't the crazy zombie apocalypse sort of ghouls running at me from every direction type deal, but we'll keep on going. We're not done yet. I completely forgot about this room. We're sort of killing them faster than they can really react to it. And when they do react, I'm just gonna, you know, hold the thing out in front of me and wait for them to jump in and then kill themselves. So, you know, in many ways they deserve it. They bring it upon themselves. It's their own fault if they run into the spitting, whirly deathblade of chainsawiness. And with that, oh, yep, we're totally done. And with, okay, we used a stim pack there, but whatever. We're not totally irradiated, so that's fine. How fast do you reckon I can kill this Sentry bot? Yeah, that's pretty fast. Alrighty, so enough screwing around, let's get this thing really going. So, 318 damage, that is when Nerd Rage is activated. I'm just gonna eat this because I'm a little bit hungry. It sort of took down Rejuvenated for me. And now we're doing 320, so, you know, that's alright. Let's kill Swan with this and see how we do. Get in nice and close. You know what, let's hit him in VATS a little bit. I'm not hitting him, that's just the weapon sort of not remembering to stop. Also, get out of this water, that's bad for you. Alright, we'll move on to the crabs. Now, one of the cool things about the Ripper, it's like a little motorized chainsaw, but it's actually reflected by it just sort of ticking away, idle. You can see the chains moving around a little bit. It's actually got idle sounds on it too. Also, that gave you a big old surprise, didn't it? Oh, these crabs are switched on already. Looks like they're coming around the corner. Wonder if I can just sit here and wait for him to reach my blade. Or maybe not, I'll just escape his detection. I guess they have poor peripheral vision. I'm guessing they would because they've got a big shell in the way of their eyes. But, what else have we got? Maybe I should just stay out of caution here because I don't want to spend too much time in the water because that's bad. Well, luckily I got evasive there, and now I've got Flap Limb, which will reduce our damage a little bit. We're still at 392, mind, which is pretty huge, but, what other crabs have we got? I don't really know. That'll give me the blight if I, get hit by that, and we don't want to lose any more endurance at this point, so kill you nice and quick. Oh yeah, that'll do the job. Alright, looks like I have to cure this illness before we can see this thing really do damage. And also, we haven't got adrenaline up at full yet, so yeah, I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we are with our Bloodied Ripper. We've got ourselves without Flap Limb now. And someone was telling me that you can't, like, boost food items or stack food items. Well, look at that. I'm right, you're wrong. So you can be quiet now. And now, this thing with all of that, 405 damage, which is about what we had before, sure. But that's before adrenaline, so, what we ought to do now is just take out that Scorched Beast with this shotgun. We do have Enforcer on, so provided he doesn't bother to hit us, we can drop him to the ground very quickly. If he drops somewhere close by, like there even, that would be ideal. Now, we're not going to be getting 3x sneak attack criticals because we don't have Ninja anymore. I traded Ninja for Enforcer, but we're going to go in there and try to take him out before his rads get us. Easily done. Easily done. And, yep, that's what you can do to bats with this thing fully boosted. So I'm going to show you in a much less dangerous situation what this thing can do with all of those buffs, including Fury, with all of those adrenaline too. The adrenaline kills, well, it's the creme de la creme. Is that how you say it? Just more damage, I'll show you. Alrighty, some dead trash mobs later, and a new dose of Fury to make sure we have all of that damage. 581. Yep, that's pretty solid for a weapon that hits, again, this fast. Every spark you see is 581 damage. Couple that with sneaking, 3x sneaking. 1500 damage, a little bit more. Yeah, a solid weapon. So there you go. Our first look at the Ripper, and a strong contender for the best Ripper in a Bloodied one. The only thing holding this back really is its lack of secondary effects, which, like I said before, I'd definitely go for more power attack damage. So if you want to run in and sprint and do a power attack on your enemies before you start hacking them up like that, then I recommend that playstyle, because those power attacks can be super powerful, especially when you're sneaking too. You can probably just run around, sneak, and attack people like that, and that'll kill them just fine. But, yep, if you'd like to see this thing in your game, well, you better farm your own, because I'm keeping this one. This one's good. Thank you for watching, guys. Wait, I opened the quick select menu. I wasn't supposed to do that.